So,
You're breaking up again.
I'm not sure why.
Hello?
Yeah, you hear me?
Yeah. Do you think I could leave out and come back in again?
Yeah, you can leave out, come back.
Yeah, put your thumb up if so. Okay, hold on.
All right. We will be back, or she will be back in a bit. All right. We will be back, or she will be back in a bit. Yep.
Yeah. All right.
All right. You hear me now?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So, we are definitely live.
Okay. Yay.
All right. So, I'm actually glad. I'm actually glad that you came back so I can show you something. So let me know if you can see this comment on the screen.
No.
You don't see it?
I don't see anything.
All right. So yeah, you may have to watch. You may have to watch it. I'll read you. I'll read the comments off to you, but you may have to read the comments or watch the live back on another device so you can actually see how you look. Right now, everything looks fine. So you do see it?
No, I can't see any of them.
Okay. Yeah. So I have no idea why you're not able to see them. Yeah. So if you, I would say if you do want to see the comments on the screen, you would have to
Get a whole nother device and do it.
Watch on another device. Yeah. Now, if you don't care about reading the comments and you just don't mind me reading them off to you, then you'll be fine.
You already sent me the link, so just give me a minute because I have my laptop right here. So I just tested it out real quick.
Yep. Because a lot of the comments is gonna come from Facebook. It's not gonna come from YouTube. So you're not gonna see all the comments. You're not gonna see majority of the comments because majority of them gonna be coming from Facebook.
Okay.
All right. So let's make sure everything is good. All right, let's make sure everything is cool. All right, so everything is good. Everything is good. All right, so I would like to welcome everyone to EVON TV. I am your host, John, and today I am with Royal Journey. From, where are you from?
Washington, D.C.
Washington, D.C.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's make sure everything is good. All right, so if you may, feel free to introduce yourself.
Introduce myself to live?
Yeah.
All right, my name is Royal Journey from Washington, D.C. Age 20. Been modeling for 5 years. Yeah. That's it.
Are you signed? How tall are you?
I am a shorty. I am 5'5", and I'm signed with Genesis Level Models.
Yeah, Genesis was. I published another model that was from Genesis.
Oh, really? That's cool.
What made you get into modeling?
It was honestly not something that I was doing on purpose. I know that for a fact. When I remember the earlier days of when I started, it was more so something to do as a after school thing. I was really bored, and I seen this Jinky photo on Instagram just going around, and I was like, oh, this seems interesting. So I then, started to go there, and it was like this little runway club. And I didn't really learn anything from them, but at one point, they took us to it was this a studio where it was open to models and photographers to meet up every single Thursday. And I left the little runway club, and then I pursued going, to that place every single Thursday, collaborating with new photographers, meeting new people. And that's how I started. So yeah, it was
We have a.
always, say it again.
Oh no, go ahead. You can.
No, I was
You
like
can.
saying, it was always, from something that it was just always like an accident. You know what I mean? It was never really something that I was looking forward to, because I didn't really have the confidence when I was younger to do it. It was just kind of something I was doing because I was bored.
We have a comment from Chris, silent photographer. He put, "Congratulations."
Oh, I can appreciate that. Thank you. I work hard, really do.
Now, all right. So, what I'm actually thinking about, I'm gonna share, if you don't mind, I'm gonna share your Instagram
Yeah,
onto the stream.
absolutely no problem.
All right, so let's bring that up. So I'm gonna put your Instagram into the, now. I don't know if you'll be able to see this when I do this, but it will be in the stream.
I don't. I can't see it. I actually am on the your YouTube page right now, and I'm trying to look at the live room chats. I can't even see that.
Yeah, because a lot of the comments is coming from Facebook. So
Oh, so no
unless you
comment.
add me on Facebook, um, you won't see hardly any comments.
Yeah, okay, never mind. I'll just wait until you read it.
All right, so let's go ahead and pop your Instagram onto the screen. Let's see how this looks. All right. Matter of fact, somebody else said hi. Now I'm not quite sure.
Hi.
Miss, what did it say? Glide. Oh, that's a YouTube comment. Okay, my bad. So the YouTube comments and the Facebook comments look totally different. On YouTube, when people comment, it pops up a emblem, but on Facebook, it pops up somebody's actual profile picture. So that comment, I had no idea who that comment was coming from.
It's fine. Just you could just read it to me, everyone that
Yeah, I'll let you know.
comments.
So, yep, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna pop your Instagram onto the stream. I'm gonna stroll it, and then I'm gonna bring us both right back into the live.
Okay.
Thank you for everybody that's watching.
How many viewers?
Give me 1 second. All right, we back. So you was able to hear me. You was able to hear me while I had that up, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That was amazing, because usually I didn't know if people could hear me, because usually when I do that, the person that I'm on live with, they don't say nothing. But what up, Glide? It's a photographer named Made by Glide. He's from Memphis. He said hi, and then he said he'll come back. He'll be right back. Okay. Then we have a model named Sydney that said, "Hello, gorgeous. It's nice to meet you."
Hi, Sydney. Nice to meet you as well.
So right now, I got this video in all of my groups. I got it on my Facebook page and I have it on YouTube. So it's not gonna tell me individually on which page how many people I have, but on my Facebook right now we have 6.
Okay.
On my EVON magazine page, we have. Give me 1 second. It just says 20 plus, so it don't tell me exactly how many.
That's fine. Got you. Well,
So what's your favorite shoot that you've done? What's your favorite photo shoot that you've done?
I think by far it's the Catwoman one. It was
the one where you is in all black.
Yeah, it was my cosplay as Catwoman. I feel like that's probably one of my favorites. And we also have another one that was it was a photo shoot I did inside of a mirror, and I called it like Mother Earth is Black. Yeah, so it was that one and that one. Those are my favorite too.
E. Thomas shot the Catwoman one, right?
Yes. By far one of my favorites. It was I don't know.
That shoot was nice.
Yeah, I don't know. Something about it just felt very, I felt like I was actually like in the movie. You know what I mean? Like if I felt like I was the movie cover of a new Catwoman. You know what I mean?
So it's safe to say that you'll do more cosplay.
Yeah, most definitely I would. Just all depends on what it is.
We have a comment from Sydney. She said, "Were those your concepts and ideas?"
Yeah, everything is my concept and idea.
So you plan your own shoots, or you like come up with the concept of your shoots?
Oh yeah, I come up with all of them. I don't actually remember a time that I haven't. Most of them most definitely. I do take some ideas from, different photographers by them giving me some mood boards, but I usually have the creative directory with everything.
So everybody that's watching, especially on Facebook, I'm gonna put her Instagram. Her Instagram is in the caption of this video, but I'm also put her Instagram in the comment section, and I'm gonna pin it.
Okay. Yeah.
We have a photographer made by Glide. He said he wished he shot it.
Oh, that's cute.
He wished he shot that photo.
Yeah, dude. I'm happy that you
He
like
also
it.
said, he said I was on Facebook and I came back. He said I was on YouTube and I came back to Facebook. Silent photographer said, matter of fact, let me watch these. It's easier for me to read the comments off watching the stream myself. It said, love your model name. It's strong. What inspired you to choose that name, Miss Lady?
Now Royal, I always felt like I had 2 personalities. Now, I do have a very, how do I say this? Now Royal, I always felt like that was my more confident side. It basically happened when I started modeling, because that's basically the confidence I did not have throughout my entire life. And since it became a thing after I started modeling, I named it Royal, because she thought that she believes that she is very much on a higher standard. She believes that she is riches. She believes that she is royal. You know what I mean? So that's where I got the name Royal from. It was just a confident side of me that I felt like was very business savvy. And Journey is just my actual name. I usually like to go by Royal whenever it's something that is like pertaining to my business, but Journey is my actual name. That's who I am as a person, more of a goofy individual. I'm very funny, like every now and then. I'm a nerd, you know what I mean? That wasn't never really the confident side. So that was always, more of who I am as a person, my actual personality.
Your business, you do customized accessories?
Yeah, I like to make accessories though. That's in the link in my bio.
And what made you how did you get into that?
I've just always been a creative individual. I don't know, something I've always liked to create. I feel like I got into it because my mother, she was always somebody that loves to do DIYs, and my grandma as well. So it's just kind of something that comes with the territory of that, I guess. I just one day was like, I wonder if I could, customize different things inside the house. And then I started to do that. That's when I started to like pick up different bags. I didn't really have much onto it, started adding on to it, having my own style. It's actually one of them right there if you want to see. I'm actually wearing it right now that I realize that.
You talking about the ones that's in your ear?
Yeah, I actually sell these.
Yeah. It looks it's nice.
Thank you. I appreciate
Now I know I seen that in your Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
I seen it in your Instagram. I should have clicked it.
Yeah.
But I'm just now looking at it now. Yeah, it looks nice.
Appreciate it. Yeah. Some of them are resells and some of them are just, things that I actually, put effort and really make it myself. I actually am starting to work on men's stuff a lot more now because I feel like, that really does sell.
You talking about like men accessories?
So things like bracelets and men's earrings, that's like usually what I'm kind of going for as well.
Chris, silent photographer, said, "Awesome."
Thank you.
And then I have a photographer and videographer from my city. He said, "Is she from Milwaukee or in Milwaukee?" But no, she's not from Milwaukee. She's from Washington, D.C.
Yes, Washington, D.C. The District of Columbia.
What's your favorite thing about modeling?
I think the end result. I feel like I really do like I just love to see my work like finished. You know what I mean? Being able to look at a picture and be like, wow, that's me. I really just feel like in creating it, coming up with the concept, just really trying to show a story inside of a picture. That's usually what I really like about it. Just knowing that I have something that's established in my life is also something as well.
And what do you hate about modeling?
There's always going to be a problem because of, the color of my skin. I do know there is always going to be like problems inside the industry where there is just not nothing there's always going to be something not in my favor because of that. So, that's one part that I really do hate. And also, different standards of beauty that, not everybody could fit. So there's that.
You have any tattoos?
No, not at all.
How did you that's like the second model I've ever talked to since I've been doing this who said she didn't have any tattoos.
Yeah.
So we have a question. Matter of fact, we got a question and we got some comments. All right, so for everybody that's commenting, if I read the comments slow or if I read them late, my bad. Made by Glide, the photographer from Memphis, he said he needs to go to DC. Or he needs to come to DC.
Yes, to see me.
And then Glide. I'm gonna send y'all each other's Instagram. Or you can just follow her on Instagram. I'm quite sure she'll follow you back. We have Sydney. She said, "What do you feel a model needs to have to be successful?"
Confidence. Certainly confidence and professionalism. Just really if you show that you take your work very, very serious, people are going to start seeing that. It gets noticed more. If you were to just be very sloppy with your work, no one's going to want to take you serious. No one's going to want to pay you for work if you're just doing a very sloppy job. Now, when it comes to your confidence, that's just something that you absolutely need to have before you become a model. Because if you don't, you're going to end up inside of a never-ending spiral of low self-esteem and not feeling like you have what it takes to be a model. So I could say those are the two top things. Just having your head on your shoulders.
She also said, OMG, yes, story in a picture. I'm not quite sure what that was for because I didn't read the comments right when people was posting them. And then she also said, girl, yes. And then Made by Glide said cover number 2. And then he put the strong emoji and he put 2 strong emojis and 2 fire emojis.
But to make sure you let me know.
So, all right, so yeah. So from now on, when people comment, I'll be able to catch it right away. Shout out to everybody that's watching on YouTube.
Hello.
I'll be able to catch them right away. Matter of fact, let me get this. Yep. So from now on, when everybody comments, I'll be able to catch it right away, so that people don't feel like I'm not stating their questions. For everybody that's watching on my EVON Magazine, on my EVON Magazine Facebook, I need you to click the actual video and click into the stream so that I can pop your comments up on the screen. All right, so matter of fact, we do have a question. So someone from my fan page asked, what is a pet peeve?
In the modeling industry?
Yeah.
Let's see. A pet peeve in the modeling industry. There most definitely is going to be a pet peeve in the modeling industry. So let me just think about one. I do think a pet peeve of mine, you have the height requirement thing. That most definitely always gets me. That is something that I do hate. Or the pet peeve of, I have a pet peeve. I hate it when, I really do hate when there's a tokenized Black model and not just like an actual crew of them. You know what I mean? It's like, let me toss in one Black model to be diverse. And I really do hate that. That's a pet peeve. It's just favoritism. You know what I mean? It's usually about the race. Honestly, yeah. It really kills me with that. Like, I feel like modeling, when it comes to being a Black woman, is very not in our favor. So, you know, that's one of my biggest pet peeves.
Glide asked, I think he asked this for me. He said, you on Clubhouse, you can make a room for your magazine. Actually, for everybody that's watching this, I am actually on Clubhouse. My Clubhouse name is EVON Magazine. And the thing on Clubhouse that I plan on doing is having signed models, freelance models who do like modeling seriously, and photographers, obviously. But us talking about the industry in general and things that we've experienced along the journeys. For a lot of people that watch this, typically, you may not know this, but typically when I do this, I try to encourage models to not to model with, okay, how do I say this? It's okay to model without being signed, right? Everybody will not be, majority of the models will not be signed. I know a lot of models who is like, if they apply to agencies and they don't get signed, they immediately get discouraged. And it's like, you know, you can be signed and be successful. You can be unsigned and be successful. I know it's a lot of people's end goal to be signed, but if you're not signed, it's okay. You know, yeah, it is a certain advantage that you get when you're signed. But I know many models, even models who I went live with, who are not signed, and they get a lot of opportunities and get their own opportunities themselves. You know, so it's like when you hear the word no, it doesn't just mean you're not good enough.
It certainly
I think majority of the time models are they're usually applying to the wrong type of agency anyways. You know, a lot of these yeah, a lot of these big agencies is like, oh, you got to be 5'9" and you got to be this body type, and the model might be 5'2", and she apply and she gets immediately declined or ignored, and it's like it just wasn't the one.
Or it's just you always have some models don't some agencies specialize in different modeling. So you have
Right.
the agencies that specialize in high fashion. So if you are not a high fashion model and you're a commercial model signing up for high fashion, of course you're going to get declined. You're not signing up for the right agency for yourself.
All right. So because you just said that, I'm gonna need you to go live for me on a part 2 of this. I got a group discussion coming up of Sydney, who's in the comment section, another model named Asia Maria, and I was looking for other models who are signed and who are freelance who do modeling for real to literally talk about the sign and the freelance aspect of modeling. We was going to talk about, oh man, I'm forgetting. Oh, we was going to talk about relationships in modeling, because I know a lot of models who have boyfriends and their boyfriends don't let them do stuff.
Don't let them do stuff. I
Yeah,
don't.
like okay,
I
so
do
for example,
not like that. Is
yeah,
I don't
so
like
okay, so
that.
let's say for example, I was a photographer and I said, hey, I love to do this photo shoot, and I send you an example, a concept photo, but I'm gonna put my own tweak on it, but I send you a concept photo, and the model says, my boyfriend said no.
My boyfriend said no. That's not professional. Your boyfriend's not your manager.
Yeah.
Now, if your boyfriend is your manager, then sure, go ahead and give your little opinions. But no.
Yeah. So we was talking. I want to talk about freelance and being signed, the differences, the mistakes that models are making, relationships and modeling. Why can I not think of that? Oh, and getting paid.
Yeah, no, that is most definitely getting paid as a model. I believe on my freelance side, it's not as easy because people do not take you for granted when you're not signed a lot of times.
Right.
Now, when you
Right.
don't come with a professional signed name and things like that, they're gonna look at you like you're just a regular model sometimes, and you now have to set your own rates. You now have to make your own website. You now have to do everything yourself. You are now your own brand, and that was just not really too easy for me, and that's why I decided to get signed so I could have somebody to help me, because we all need help with some things, and other people are just better at doing their own marketing. You know what I mean? So
yeah, I usually tell models. I tell models when it comes to being signed, worry about getting signed when you need that extra help. But if
that's what my whole idea was.
But if you haven't done enough yourself, or you barely done anything, I encourage models, learn and experience stuff on your own first. Like, don't just jump into modeling and be like, oh, I want to be signed. Experience the ups, the downs, experience trying to get your own shoots and all that stuff. And then when it gets to a point where your workload and your demand is so high, then start looking to be signed.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was saying. You have to I feel like you should most definitely worry about being professional before handing yourself off to a modeling agency, because a lot of times you can get taken advantage of by the modeling agency as well.
All right, so this is not what I wanted to. This is not the original in my mind outline of this live, but by you being signed, next time when I do my group discussion, I need you to come in with that that knowledge and that experience that you have, since you are actually signed. Because the stuff you've been saying is the stuff you've been saying is stuff I've been saying, but it's like maybe it's different if somebody who's actually signed and who actually models for real.
Yeah, no, most definitely.
If they say it compared, because I don't model. I'm in the modeling industry, but I don't model. But maybe it'll be different if somebody who's actually signed says it.
No, seriously, it's The thing about being signed, it most definitely has its good things and also has the bad sides. Now I'm a recently signed model, but I've been working with my company for quite some time now. I could say about a year, but I'm recently being signed to them like completely. That's my mother agency. So when it comes to being signed,
I
it
need to
most
write this down
definitely. Say it again.
because I'm gonna write this down because when I mention mother agencies to people, they don't know what it means. Now, the fact that you just said mother agency in my head is like, okay, yeah, she actually knows her modeling stuff. You know, a lot of models never heard of the word. They never heard of mother agencies.
Yeah, no, I've most definitely looked into it. If you're gonna take something serious, you should know. You need to know. Now I'm not professional. Let's not say that I know everything, but I most definitely have studied.
All right, so what are you doing on Sunday? Are you doing anything on Sunday? Because you are an hour ahead of me too.
No, coming up. I'm not quite sure. You probably gotta like hit me up within the middle of the week so I know because I might be, working or something.
Because it's a possibility that we go do this upcoming Sunday. It might get pushed back to the January 3rd Sunday. But the two people that was going to host it with me, we said let's try to do it this upcoming Sunday. This mother agency stuff, because it's only literally less than a handful of models who I've talked to who said mother agency, and it is typically the models who are signed that says that. But when I mention it to models who want to be signed, and I mention mother agency, it's like, what is that?
Yeah, mother agency. From what I know, as far as mother agencies are the first agency that you were signed to. That was the first agency that you have. That is like, I don't know. Can I say the main one? It's basically the first agency that you had, the one that is assisting you with everything.
Yeah, and they help you get signed to others. Yeah.
Yeah. They're okay
Sometimes they even help you get signed to like the big ones. The big ones.
I know of some people that have gotten signed through, say, Genesis level. It has been my mother agency, but I do know of like people that have gotten signed to like things like Wilhelmina as of recently. I don't know them personally, but I know that they did.
Yeah. Matter of fact, I'm gonna follow Genius because I've published models who were signed there before.
Who?
Man, I've published so many people I can't even think exactly offhand.
That was
that was in my actual magazine. Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. That's really cool.
So let's read these comments. The comment says, "My bad, Cindy, for reading it so late." It says, "What's a concept you would like to bring to life?"
I feel like there's like so many inside of my head, but it's like in very random times. What is a concept that I would really like to do? I always wanted to do something that is extreme and over dramatic. Something that is very over dramatic and extreme. So I was thinking more of like a futuristic cyberpunk look, something with like like a look into the future. You know how Back to the Future was kind of over exaggerated with how the future would look in 2012, I believe.
Yeah.
Something like that, a photo shoot where instead of iPhones, your phone is like literally coming up with a hologram, or you have like this futuristic look to you. You have a floating car or something. I don't know, something like that. I want to do something amazing, something that's like, wow. And you also have some concepts where I want to be like extra. I want to extend like things like my legs, like extend it to like extreme, non-natural looking extent. Just for a photo, or like do like a twin photo shoot of me and just myself. or take other characters, like
Do
something
you
like
shoot a lot?
yeah, I do. I try to, at least.
You shoot
These
you
are,
shoot a lot, a lot.
I wouldn't say a lot, like every month. No, I try to though. I most definitely do try to.
Yeah, because going up and down your Instagram, it look like you ain't never not working.
Appreciate that. I try not to look like it. Got to let people know that you're serious.
All right. Yeah, I think I would have never guessed your height.
Yeah, no one.
Which is a good thing.
Yep, you have to
With
expand your
whoever
legs.
you're shooting. Yeah, I think I know I told you this before we went live, but I think you dope.
Thank you. Appreciate
Also,
it.
your Instagram name makes it easy to not forget.
Yes. Yes. I most definitely feel like that's a huge part of like who I am as a person. It's Royal and Journey. It's very easy. There's no underscores and hashtags or it's dots. I feel like Royal Journey, that's all. Look it up. You'll find me. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so it's like even if somebody be like, "Oh, do you know any models from DC?" I may forget, but if you be like, "Oh, you know a model named Royal Journey?" I'm like, yeah, I know who she is.
Yeah. I'm really happy.
I know who she is.
Because
Is Instagram your only? Is Instagram your only the only social media that you use?
mostly, yeah, mostly. I'm do I am dabbling into YouTube a little bit more, but it's mostly something that I'm using, yeah.
Oh, what you could be doing on your YouTube?
Story times. I have a, very odd life. So I like to put out, my experiences in my life just on my YouTube. So it's just a bunch of story times. And every now and then I will like teach about.
Have you
Say again?
started it? Have you started your YouTube?
Yeah, I would
I'm gonna have to go follow you then.
appreciate it. I think I'm gonna be making a new YouTube video very soon.
Do you want to promote it and publicly? I could not say the word and publicly say it right
Yeah,
now.
it's just Royal Journey. Everything is Royal Journey.
Oh, so everything
Yeah.
is Royal Journey. All right, so I'm gonna go follow
Appreciate
it.
it.
All right, let's see. And I'm going to screen capture it and post it in the comment section. Sorry for people that's on YouTube. So you won't see a lot of these comments. And you won't see what I post in the comment section. But those that are watching on Facebook, you will. Oh, and it's easy to find you because you actually have your that photo in the red jacket or the red shirt as
Appreciate
your
it. I see it.
profile.
I just see that you new subscriber.
Now your most recent video, it says a racist story.
Yeah. Probably gotta edit the name. I don't remember. I feel like I probably misspelled something. Yeah, I think it was 5 top most racist experiences in my life or something like that. It was a while ago, like 5 months ago.
What happened? If you don't mind saying on live. So what happened?
Oh, these are just. It wasn't like anything. Well, there is like some racist experience I had in like the modeling industry, but yeah, no, there was like going down list of things like my first time being called the N-word, or what other times was it? I'm trying to remember like every story that happened, but I most definitely remember that being the highlight. Like me being called the N-word or being treated differently. I don't really remember which stories those were, honestly.
Where did being called the N-word happen at?
I was a kid. I was in school.
Oh, yeah. You know what? If
Yeah.
I remember, the first time I got called the N-word was in elementary school by a girl.
Yeah, no.
She called
Same.
me. She called me the N-word on the bus. We was on a school bus. You know, okay, so you know, like when you little kids, right? And you picking with a girl, she's picking with you. It means you like her. I think when she called me the N-word, that's why I don't know if she knew it was a bad thing. I mean, she probably did.
But she called you an
Um,
N-word. Who cares?
but it's
It's a
like
sad
as I think
thing.
about it, she called me the N-word um on the school bus, but she's always flirting, play with me and sit next to me on the bus. So it's like,
Well, that's how
I don't
fetishes
know.
starts.
As I think about it right now, because I've never talked about this before. It's like as I think about it right now, I don't know what it meant.
I wonder what she's doing now.
Yeah. Like my whole elementary school, it was that one girl on my bus, because we used to be on the bus stop together that I liked. And she literally called me one day playing on the bus, play fight on the bus. She called me the N-word.
How did you feel? What did you do after that?
I don't remember. I just know from what I can remember, that was the first time I remember being called an N-word. Now, obviously being an adult now, being called an N-word, it doesn't bother me. I'm not so quick to react with stuff. But at least from what I know, outside of the black community, I've only had one non-black call me an N-word. And when he said that, I quit my job.
Good.
And I told myself I'd never go back and work for anybody else.
That's great.
And at that time, I was working at the best job I ever had, which was a supplement store.
Yeah, it's on some realness. I say this every other day. It's, no matter what you do, no matter what you do, you could be at your highest point in life, you could be at your lowest. You are still an N-word.
Yeah.
No matter what you do, no matter what. So that most definitely is very tiring. No lie.
Because I know I had this conversation with somebody. How do you feel about blacks saying it to each other?
Well, I most definitely do say it myself, so I don't really have a problem with it. I do believe that it is one of those things where we took it upon ourselves to make it into something that is comfortable for us. You know what I mean? We did hear it majority of our life back then, and we just took it and was like, hey, you know what? We are that, and we're perfectly fine with being that. And then we put our own swing to it. So I don't really see much of a problem with that. Um, yeah, I always just see it as something that we made ourselves. It's our word now. We took it back. And, when they said it to us, I believe that was a very negative way. And we were just like, you know what? You want to make it into a negative? We can make this into a positive. And then we made it into something that was for us only. So yeah, I don't really see much of a problem with it.
So now this is my other thing. So because I know when I talked about this on the phone, somebody said we took the word and we took the word back, or we took the word and we took the power out of it and we use it however we use it, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then my response was, as a black man, majority of the time when I'm called the N-word, because I cannot say it for YouTube. Now, if we were just on Facebook, I could say it, but I can't say it for YouTube. But as a black man, when I get called the N-word, majority of the time, it's not in a endearing way.
Who were you
And
around?
you said who?
Who were you around?
So, example. I'm 35. even though I'm glad I don't look 35.
You do not look 35. I know.
So I'm 35. Majority of my friends are older. All right. So majority of the guys who I'm in the gym with, they're older or they're somewhere around my age and older. We don't use the N-word. We use gym brother, we use family, we use bro, stuff like that. Majority of my friends, like my childhood friends, and then like the friends that I made through modeling, we don't use the word either. Like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Jeez, this is gonna sound so bad.
Nothing wrong with that. Go ahead, speak your mind.
No. It's I don't want nobody that's watching on Facebook to take it a certain way. Majority of the time, when I see the N-word being used towards a black man, it's when another black man is angry or aggressive, right? And then obviously I see it every day on Facebook, and I try to delete women that do this, but all I constantly see is N-words, ain't shit, and N-words this, and N-words that. That don't sound endearing to me.
Yeah, I mean,
Majority time as a man, when a woman calls me the N-word, she's not saying it like I'm her boyfriend N-word wise. She's saying it as in N-word, you ain't this. N-word, you that. And it's like,
now,
so when people say that we took the power back, it's like, but majority of the time when we say it, we towards each other, we saying it with anger and aggression and violence and disrespect.
I can see where you're coming from with that. But let's just say on my end, it certainly is not that. When I'm hanging out with my friends or I'm talking to my friends, that is just something that we say to tell each other that that's who we are. You know what I mean? Like it's just more of a friendly Migos type of word. It most definitely is not something that I'm trying to degrade anybody with. Now, when black women do say N words aren't, are we allowed to curse on here?
Yes. Now, wait a minute. Okay. Yes, we're allowed to cut. Now because we're on YouTube and my YouTube channel is for people that's under 18.
Okay.
No N-words. No N-words.
Uh-huh.
I think the N-word is the only word that I've said every other cuss word on YouTube and they never said nothing.
Okay.
But I have never said I never said the N-word on YouTube, so I don't know what they will do to this video. But you can say every other cuss word except for the N-word.
That much.
Matter of fact, believe it or not, on Instagram, not Instagram, on YouTube, if you put the word COVID in your YouTube,
yes. No, don't even. You should never.
Yeah, you can't use that word.
You should never even said it. Honestly.
Yeah, it's like when you say the word when you say COVID-19 in your actual title, it's like they filter your reach of your video.
Yeah, they most
definitely. You got to say words like coronavirus and the pandemic and stuff like that. But yeah, you can go ahead and say what you was about to say.
Yeah, no, but I was just saying, when it comes to black women saying N-words aren't shit, I believe that it's simply because that is all they have. It's never really something that I feel like they are talking about just black men. And I feel like that's most definitely a thing where we have to come to that term, that's kind of just how they're talking about men in general, because that's all they dated. You know, it might look like it's N-words ain't shit, but I believe that it's literally just the men that I have dated, which so happen to be black men, are not shit. Because I believe that a lot of people, even white women, have called their own men that word. You know what I mean? Even if it's not.
You talking about their own race men?
Yeah, you know, I've seen that word being used quite often. When you say my N-word or, oh, that's my N-word right there, that literally is how people are being called as men. Like that's how people use the word men nowadays. It's not necessarily completely always about black men. So somebody said that to me the other day, and I was like, you know, when it comes from somebody that I'm just like, you should never really take that as serious, because you are talking to somebody that probably more than likely dated mostly and only black men. And I don't think that that's necessarily what she meant by it. I don't think it's a racial thing. It's just,
Yeah, it's like when we hear rappers, when we hear black rappers and they make songs
I don't even think they're talking about black
and
men
refer
either.
to
I don't. They're talking about
when they refer to women as, why am I so afraid to cuss? When I hear rappers make songs, because I used to do music before I got into modeling, I used to say the B word all the time.
Now
I don't know if I was referring to, as a black man who has only dated black women, and I'm making songs about B words do this and B words do that, and they go take this.
I feel like it is an
I
extreme.
would not be upset if black women thought I was talking about them.
No, nah, because I feel like most rappers don't date in their race, and they also don't really associate themselves with that much of black women. So I don't really take that in like, oh my god, he's talking about just us. I don't think that at all. Because when a rapper is rapping about bitches, he's not rapping about just black women. Because look at his music videos. You know, it doesn't really show that. So I just assume that.
Yeah, but the people that's in the music videos, the color of women that's in the music videos don't change who the lyrics is about. The color of the women that's in the video don't change the direction that the lyrics does not change who they're talking about in the lyrics.
What I'm trying to say is that they don't associate themselves with that many black women around them, so I believe that they're talking about women in general. They don't really respect the women in general. I don't really think that they're just going for. Now, rappers have said black bitches before. You know what I mean? Now that most definitely can be something. If they wanted to come for our necks, they've done it before. I don't think that that's something that they're scared about. You know what I mean? I don't think they're trying to cover up just the word bitches.
You don't think majority of black artists date black women?
I don't think they care about them. No, I don't.
Date black women, or I ain't gonna say date, but sleep with black women?
They sleep, most definitely. But when it comes to a respect level of dating and marrying and not cheating, no, not really.
So if they will sleep with a black woman but not marry her, but they call women B words, they can't be talking to the woman that they respect and marrying. They're talking about black women. So it's like when we go to the club and we hear all these rappers saying the B words, and then we got our black women. Jesus, why can I not shaking a butt? I think you made me afraid to cuss.
I don't understand why you are.
I don't know. It's like when you ask me that, it's like, man, in my head, it's like, okay, I got to be conscious of what I say. But when we go to the club and we dance and we and our women twerk and our men, I don't go to clubs, so I don't know what actually goes on inside clubs. But when we do that, while the DJ is playing black artist music and black artists are using the B word.
You think they're just talking about black
coming from being a music artist? I think I'm aiming at towards being a black artist, being a black man who has only dated black women. I am aiming at towards black women.
And you think that majority men that are in the music industry?
I think majority of black artists.
Black men?
I ain't gonna say I think they hate. I think majority of black artists who make music where they calling women bitches and hoes, I do think they are talking about their community of women. Because if you hold white, Jesus, if you hold non-black women to a higher standard, then you definitely can't be talking to them. You definitely can't be talking to those women that you hold higher.
So you think they're degrading us and they're putting the other women on a pedestal?
Being a music artist, and one of the reasons why it's so hard for me to go back is because I got a daughter. I'm very afraid of going back into music and making the kind of music that I was making, having a black daughter, and if somebody tells me you saying that stuff and you got those type of lyrics and your daughter is black, in my heart it's gonna hurt.
I most definitely gonna respect everything that you say because for one, you are in the music industry, and for two, you are a black man. So of course you would know first-handedly what that means. And let's just say that you informed me. Because I certainly did not know. I tried to give the benefit of the doubt and not try to point the finger and say it's always black men trying to put down black women. But
Yeah. So it's like
it is. In the music industry, I guess that is.
I think even with our female artists who say the word nigga and niggas this and out and
Who started
take a nigga money and sit on a nigga face. I don't think they talking to. It's aimed towards us.
Now, I wonder where, like, I believe that maybe it was something that was put out in the air. Like, okay, so you want to degrade us in music. Okay, how's this, for instance? We're going to do the same exact thing. Because now that there's more female rappers coming out, yeah, I can see what you're saying. But I don't. But
you heard all those
rappers date mostly black men. So I do think that they're talking about black men, most definitely. That's all they date.
You heard that backlash that one of being a dad, right? My daughter's 5. One of the things that hurts my heart is when my daughter's on TikTok and that WAP song comes on. It hurts. It hurts.
I hate it too.
Now,
I gotta be real with you.
I don't have an issue with the song. I don't have, because obviously male artists they've made songs just as worse, right?
There's actually a song that's out right now that I feel like a lot of people don't talk about, and I feel like that in a way is a good example of what I'm trying to say. I don't know if you ever heard, I don't know who the hell this song is by, but every time I hear it I get so annoyed. I'm like, oh my god, please turn this off. It's a song that basically lyrics is I could curse, so yeah, it's like sexy little bitch, sexy little hoe, I love the way you talk. And then then he talks about how he wants you to deep throat, and he's like, I'm trying to bust all on you, and I'm like, what the? And that's literally the chorus, and I'm like, oh wow, this is what we like. Okay, that's not my preference of music.
Oh, okay, yep. So when I googled it, sexy little B word, sexy little H word. The name of the song is called "Throat Baby" and it's by somebody named BRS Cash.
That song gets on my nerves. Oh my god! Every time I hear it, I'm like, oh god, turn it off. Now for one,
I would play it. No, I want to hear it.
It probably is gonna.
I'm interested. All right, so for everybody that's watching, excuse the audio that you're going to hear, but I just need to hear this. I need to hear this song because I don't listen to the radio.
Oh, make sure you turn on the lyric.
I don't listen to any kind of music at all.
Put on the lyric video.
But let's see.
Oh,
I don't know if y'all can hear that.
This damn song.
Matter of fact, I wonder if I can play this. No, I'm not gonna play it. I'm not gonna play it in the stream. I don't want to get banned.
Yeah, don't. Just don't.
Let me fast forward.
Most people have heard it before.
Oh, I have heard this song. Okay, I have heard that song. Okay. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like
such beautiful lyricism.
It's like when we talk like that, we talk to our own community of women.
Yeah.
Growing up in a household where I didn't have where it was no dad in the house, and just having a mom. Growing up, the times when I heard my mom use or call another woman a B word, she was talking about another black woman.
Well, I call
So it's like,
I call all, you know, I certainly wouldn't just put it. I don't put the label on just black women, but does she know mostly just black women? Because I'm very sure she would say white bitch. I like on some realness.
you know when you're a little kid and your mom goes to work and she has a bad day and she come home and she like yell at everybody in the house. Yeah, is one of those. Now, who's she talking about? I don't necessarily know, but I do know as a kid, and one thing I tried not to do with my daughter is by me being a trainer, if I go to the gym and I have a bad day, or let's just say I go anywhere and I have a bad day, I try not to take what happened to me outside the house out on her.
That's good.
You know, because I do think a lot of parents, especially kids, as they grow up, it's like, oh, my mom whooped me because she had a bad day. Like, my mom would have had a good day. Whatever I did bad, she probably would have let me get away with it. But the fact that she went to work and had a bad day, now she coming home, she yelling at everybody, ready to whoop everybody. And I tried not to be that way with my daughter.
I'm very proud of you for that. I do have conversations like that sometimes where I'm trying to tell people that I do not believe that it is. I just want to take it out of the Black community in general now, because I just don't think that it is. I feel like we're in 2020. There's most definitely different ways that you could do it of punishment. You know, there's push-ups. There's you always have to stand in the like, you don't have to stand.
I'm glad you said that.
Squats. You know what I mean?
By me being a trainer, I try not to yell at my daughter. Yeah, I make her do wall sits.
Yeah, that's like,
I make her do push-ups. I make her do wall sits. I make her do push-ups. I make her do sit-ups. Now, the bad thing about it is she's 5. If I say go do push-ups, she'll go down there and do push-ups, right?
Baby.
But then it's like, okay, so it's like, okay, now she's getting used to it. Yeah, now she's used to it. How else am I? What do I have to do next? Because I say, hey, go sit on the wall. She'll go over there and she'll do this right on the wall, and it's like, okay, obviously I had you do that too much because you got it down packed.
Yeah,
and this is just when we playing.
Do you think that beating would be better though? Seriously.
No.
Exactly.
No.
Okay.
I know people tell me I shouldn't say that, but I never actually whoop my daughter.
It's because I believe that for one, you're a grown man, so I feel like to take out energy on a child, your negative energy of how you feel about that child onto a baby can also be problematic. Sometimes you could be extremely mad that day because she, broke something that was very valuable to you, and you don't do it on purpose, but you end up taking out all of your strength on her. You know what I mean? There's been times when I was younger, when I was beaten as a child, where my mother was just angry that damn day. You know what I mean? She had a terrible day at work. She came back home. Something was a problem inside the house, and it wasn't even me. And she beat me for it. And I remember that day because it was just like, well, I didn't do anything. And I don't think that I want to put this on to my kids because it's not fair. You know what I mean? I'm not a punching bag. I'm not something that you just beat up. It's just, if you love your kid, you would teach them that domestic violence is not the way of love.
Have you had this conversation with people before?
There too. Not punches, huh?
Have you had this conversation with people before?
Too much. Way too much.
Yeah, because
Black
it's like
conversations tire me nowadays.
It's like when I had this conversation with people, and then it's like, oh no, it's like I said something wrong just because I said there's other ways to discipline your kids.
Oh no,
these guys whooping them.
Argument.
Or yelling. You know, when I was growing up, I got yelled at for everything. And then I got a sister. My sister's 3 years younger than me. We got yelled at for everything. It didn't feel good as a kid growing up being yelled at for the simplest of things. So being a parent, I'm trying not to do that. You know, some people
And
grew up getting whoopings and they say, "Oh, it worked for me. It's gonna work for my kids." But it's like,
yeah,
did you like it?
psychologically, it didn't help me as a kid. It made me feel like it started to make me just want to go away from my mother a little bit more. Like when it
Yeah.
came to
When I was a little kid and
talking
I got
about
whoopings.
everything, you don't want to tell your
Yeah.
mother
When
what
I
you
was a
did
little kid and I
wrong.
used to get whoopings. When I used to get whoopings as a little kid, I used to want to run away. I had like angry, hateful thoughts and all that stuff. It's like the first time my daughter ever say, I hate you, I'm gonna cry with her. I don't know if that sounds.
No, terrible.
I'm a
That's a
dad, so I
terrible
got a
thing to
daughter.
hear.
Yeah, it's different.
You wouldn't want your child to think that they
Yeah.
hate you. Now from someone that does not have a kid, I can't really, I don't know, like, I certainly do not think I would be beating my kid at all. I just can't. Like, even a tap, I'm like, I understand taps on the hand, but when it comes to different things like belts, that's literally coming from slavery, in my opinion. That's coming from torture. That's what that is. And so I just don't
Yeah.
believe that that's the right way to go. When
Right,
I
so
was beat as a child, just made me
for
not want to
everybody,
tell my mother everything that happened that was wrong. You know what I mean? So you go to school, you feel like your teacher did this to you. Like your teacher, I don't know, your teacher called you stupid and then you said you're a bitch. You know what I mean? You don't want to tell your mother those things because you probably feel like you're going to get in trouble for it. But in actuality, she would want to know that your teacher called you stupid. You can't get mad at the child for not telling you because they're scared to get in trouble now. They're going to keep everything away from you.
yeah. So for everybody, speaking of that, hi Cam. But for everybody that's watching this, these conversations are not, I don't script conversations. So what we talking about right now naturally got here. We did not talk about this. If it sounds like I agree with her, we did not talk about this ahead of time and just decided we're gonna get on live and talk about this.
Yes,
It just yeah, I agree with what you said.
Are they asking about anything modeling wise? Because I can still answer those questions.
Yeah, so what I did was I text my YouTube live link to people. And one of the girls said, hold on, let me look at it. She said, I clicked into the video and heard y'all talking about parenting, but I'm driving. As soon as I get back home, I'm gonna tune back in. Speaking of that, one of the things about talking to models, one of the things that I learned during quarantine, and one of the things about talking to models is the reason why I don't script these conversations because I don't want it to look like it's a list of questions that we going off. I don't want to do that. I try to talk to models live in a way where it's like we just kicking in, having a conversation.
Okay, no, I understand.
Because it is other sides to models besides photo shoots and fashion shows and stuff like that. It's models are still real people.
Yeah, no, that is very, very.
So like sometimes I've heard people say models shouldn't talk about like stuff like politics and religion and stuff like that. Like they shouldn't publicly do that. And then for me, it's like, why not? They're still people.
Most definitely, that is very, very true. We're more than just a canvas.
Just because you go you go to their Instagram and you see photos, don't mean that's all that they are all the time. Like we're people. Like even for me to do this, the first time I did this was on my Instagram, on my magazine Instagram live during quarantine. When I went live, the comment section went crazy because I think people didn't expect that I was black. Right? Because typically these magazine owners, you don't know how they look.
That is very true.
So every now and then, I should go live on Instagram on my phone. But every now and then, I go live on Instagram for probably about 5-10 minutes, and I just talk to the followers.
Just hi.
And then I get off, and I'll talk to the followers, answer the questions, And then when I get off, I'll actually delete the live. But I think I'm gonna stop doing that because the thing is, when I talk to models, like I'm talking to you, I don't know if you thought I was black or not.
Yeah, I had no. Did I have a clue? Yeah, I had no clue. It's
Yeah.
You could always go off of like what people post. So like because you
Yeah.
have a array of different races and models that you repost, I just assumed I was like, maybe.
Yeah. So
I
last
didn't
night
think that you
when I
might.
told you, I said text me when you wake up. Then I put John, then I put my number. I was like, she probably think I'm a white guy.
Nah, no. Did I assume it? Nah, I didn't. I actually didn't. I didn't know what.
Yeah. So it's like the thing about me having a magazine that I learned is the reason why my magazine grew so fast is because I started to literally show myself and be myself on live. Like obviously I'm not gonna post myself on the actual page, but when I go live or when I sometimes when I DM people, I send a video response. And what I think that did was it was like when I go live on Instagram, it's a way for me to be it allows me to be John and not be EVON Magazine. Because majority of the time when people DM me, they're trying to get in the magazine and stuff like that. When I go live, we talk about video games because I'm a gamer, right? So we talk about
turn up.
video games.
I'm trying to get my hands on the PS5.
We talk about the gym. Yeah, we talk about everything on live, and it's like I want to be because I don't know all of us magazine owners. We talk to each other. We're in the same group. We're on the same websites. Some of us collab and stuff like that. But I think I'm one of the few people that actually comes from behind a magazine and literally show myself. Somebody told me that was a bad idea because what it's gonna do is it's gonna hurt my magazine once I start talking to people like this. But then it's like before my magazine, I was doing stuff like this.
You could always
I'm not gonna
change it to a different platform if you don't want to cross contaminate the two.
Yeah, I'm never going to just be posting my personal life and photos of myself on the magazine page.
Yeah,
but when I go live, we are free. When I go Instagram live, we are free to talk about whatever people want to talk about because I'm still a real person behind a magazine. I don't sit at home all day and put together magazines.
That's very true.
I do play video games. And I play a lot of photographers sent me a friend request on Xbox and we play the game together.
That's great. That's good.
You know, photographers stick together.
That is
it's like models stick together.
Not really.
Photographers stick together. I want to get in that with people too. And when I talk to models like this, I try not to just keep everything. I try to keep it modeling based, but I try to also just let things flow into whatever it flows into, because people are still real people.
Very, very true.
You know, and I think one of the best ways to get to know somebody is to get to know them away from whatever way that you met them.
That is very.
So I met you as a model. Nope.
Oh, okay, good. Here.
I met you as a model, but I still want to get to know people away, what they like to do and what do they think. And I don't know nothing about politics because I can admit that I don't pay that much attention.
Okay, good.
But if I was talking to you,
I'm not really.
If I was talking to you, yeah, I'm not into the politics. The religious stuff is okay. Yeah, one of the things I would probably never talk about is politics because I didn't even vote.
Yeah, it doesn't really have my best interest either. Just doesn't. Yeah, I just don't want to do it. Simple as that. It's just politics is just a world of its own that I just don't care for.
Yeah. Have you had any bad experiences modeling wise? Like what's been your worst experience?
My worst experience modeling wise would be racism. Yeah. Racism from my own people. That has been the most thing that, like, I think that's like the worst part of like being in the modeling industry is sometimes you have to see like how people feel about you, or you know, you never really know how they feel about you. It's always did this happen to me because I am black? You know what I mean? And so you always go there because it's just like that's you know, not something that I really wanted to know, but I'm assuming that's probably because I'm black. You know what I mean? So say that there'll be times where we go to places like it's something called portrait meet, for instance. It's basically a event where photographers and models pick a location and they meet up there, and they just kind of like collaborate all day. And I been in one before. It's something called street meet. It's something just like that, but it's you know, I've been to that a lot of times. It's very urban. It has a lot of models, very versatile. I really like their work. You know, they have a lot of different photographers as well. And so, you know, when you go to portrait meet, I'm sitting here thinking it's the same exact thing as street meet. No, it was like a different environment, you know. Just me not really feeling like I was a model, being treated like I was less than you know, the white models that were near me. You know, they could be extremely lackluster looking, and I would still be treated as if I was, you know, utter shit. And is
Oh no, you good. I was
oh no,
I'm writing
was
down
hearing
notes
something.
because
What is that?
oh no, that was
Okay. No,
that
I
was
was like,
me.
huh, where did that come from? Yeah, but no, like, you know, times that I went to the portrait meet and I just felt like I wasn't really included. Or, you know, what was even more hurtful was, you know, feeling like that with my own people as well. You know, you would think that we would have like a unified community, but when I go to the street meet, like when I go to portrait meet, excuse me, like a black man that was degrading me just as much as the white models, and just as much as the white photographers. So it was, you know, situations like that. Or there was a time that I worked with a all black brand that was, you know, really profiting off of, you know, black people in general. You know, they had a there was basically an entire collection dedicated to a it was like a cartoon that had an afro, basically something that looked exactly like me. It was a cartoon that had an afro, and they were making shirts, they were making everything about it. It was just like this, and they also had their brand on it as well. And you know, they were promoting that, but you know, behind the scenes they did tell me about like how they felt about black women. They said, I do not prefer black women, I don't really think I like black women, I want to date, you know, I'd rather date this race a little bit more so than black women, I'm getting tired of them, basically just degrading, always putting me like, it's just putting us down, you know. And that's like after I worked with them, and then I find out later on down the line that I actually was getting paid way less than the Latino model that was working with me, and that was a black man. So that most definitely was a really shocking experience that I didn't really care for. Probably the worst. This far the worst. Yeah, there was another time that this is like the most recent time. It's just, you just sometimes you just feel like you just don't really have, you're not priority. You know what I mean? Sometimes people just see models as objects, and they don't really take your time as they don't think that it's worthy sometimes. So, you know, you have that.
You know what?
What?
Where's my pen?
You have to write
Oh, I
something
got it.
down now.
All right,
Okay.
so yeah, so because I wasn't expecting. Usually, okay, I wasn't expecting you to be. What is the word? I've been trying to look for models who
Opinionated?
are, I don't know. Yeah, yeah. I was about to say outspoken, but I ain't know if outspoken was work. I've been looking for models. What I was actually going to
Yeah,
do,
no, no, it's not.
I was going to get on my Instagram tomorrow and make a post on my magazine Instagrams about looking for models to join my group conversations, my live group conversations with other models. Well, we're gonna be talking about modeling stuff and non-modeling stuff. And I wasn't expecting you to be so spoken
Yeah,
to the
most
point where it's like
that would be great.
to the point where it's like for the people that's watching, this is gonna sound a little bad. I want to get off live, right?
Yeah, that's
I need to call the other models that is going to host this with me, and I need to call you, and we need to do a 4-way.
that would be great.
All right,
No problem.
because
I actually have to get off soon.
the group conversations. I'm more excited about the group conversations than I am these one-on-ones. I mean, the one-on-ones is I'm gonna always do the one-on-ones, but the group conversations with models, where models are also they just display themselves as real people. I want to do that.
That'd be
I've been
great.
having a hard time because the first time I did it, the first time this whole little broadcast setup that we're on right now, I can have up to 8 people in this stream. I did this before with 4 models, and it was one model who was speaking more than everybody else. But it was like, where was all that? Where was all the input when we talking about it on the phone? Your situation, we done talked about parenting, we done talked about racism, we done talked about the N word, we done talked about the B word. It's
no,
like
yeah, no, it's not gonna be a
it's
problem.
like
I don't hold
why is
back.
it so hard for me to? I don't know why once I go live, people stop. Right now,
Maybe
obviously,
it's
when we do this live chat,
here.
it's like they the moment I hit live, people it's like they start to filter themselves. Right now, when we do this group chat, this group conversation on live, I know for sure we can't do it on YouTube. I know for sure. So it will be mainly Facebook based. What I also want to do is get people to try to find another device and you be on Instagram. So like right now, my phone is right here. I can actually go Instagram live. Now, obviously, they won't be able to see you. They'll be able to see me. They'll also be able to see that obviously I'm talking to somebody and they'll be able to hear you, but they just won't be able to see you. I want to do this live like this and also have the models try to go Instagram live on another device and even let Instagram, because I can't connect Instagram to this. Also allow Instagram to jump into the conversation, and all the moderators got to do is just state that somebody said whatever, and we talk about it. I want to do that.
Nothing wrong with that.
I was I was I was I was excited to talk to you, but I'm more excited now to actually talk to you and you give me what you've been giving me this
No
whole live.
problem. Absolutely.
So, yeah. So for everybody that's watching, I'm sorry, but we got a bigger, more important. We got a bigger topic, modeling topic. Like I was telling you, I want to talk about the relationship stuff. I want to talk about the getting paid stuff because I don't think a lot of girls understand. You gotta model. You might be pretty, you might
Yeah,
look
no,
cute.
being cute does not
You have to model. You
being
have to
cute. Like I
model.
feel
I
like a
want to talk
lot
about.
of people forget that Instagram modeling and modeling, it is an extremely different thing. You cannot just be cute for modeling. You cannot be, not everybody could be like Kendall Jenner. You know what I mean? not everybody can like just acquire this. How do I say this? No one that pretty can just get the privilege instantly to do nothing at all but be pretty. So it's most definitely way more than that. It's posing, it's professionalism, it is literally putting art into a picture. It's how you show yourself on Instagram. It's a lot of things. It's marketing. So yeah. I've had a lovely conversation, but I am gonna have to be going.
Yeah,
I'm happy
this is
that
what
we
we're gonna
talked
do.
about this. I can't wait for the next conversation.
For everybody that's watching, I'll be back probably tomorrow, Wednesday. Are you able to talk on the phone right now, or do you have to go do something right now?
I got to go do it now, but like maybe later on tonight, if you like maybe are open to that, probably like around 11.
Yeah, you're an hour ahead of me. It don't matter what time you call me tonight. Call me, because I'm gonna tell the other girls. I'm gonna call them tonight when you free. So when you call me, I'm gonna call them. We go get this group conversation thing down packed. So for everybody that's watching, for everybody, the 3 people that just joined into my Facebook, my bad. You came in when she gave me an idea for something else. We need to go talk about it. I'll see y'all later. Matter of fact,
it was great talking to you.
I will see y'all in about 5 minutes because I'm about to go live on Twitch. But
enjoy.
I'll talk to y'all later. Yeah, I'm finna play Xbox on Twitch. But I'll talk to y'all later. Royal, when you get free tonight, call me.
I will.
I'm gonna call the other 2 models, and then when you call me, I'm gonna call them on 4-way or 3-way. We gonna have this conversation and get this figured out when everybody's free. Good night to everybody.
Good night. Nice meeting you.
I'll see y'all tomorrow.
Peace out.